Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another Round the Ropes podcast, YouTube exclusive. Now, guys, you know damn well we talk a lot about Immortal Championship Wrestling. And I can say this now, friend of the show, Garrett Holiday, your new Immortal Championship Wrestling World Heavyweight Champion, is making his first appearance since the magical moment Saturday night. Champ, how you doing?
Oh man, I'm still doing amazing. I'm actually still feeling Saturday physically and mentally. Still a lot of emotions running through, even though I think it really set in on Sunday. But I'm still hearing a lot of great things from Saturday, and it's definitely reassuring that Cobleskill was where it was at still this year. Even this year, I think it was probably the hottest crowd in my opinion. And I'm not saying that because that's my hometown. I'm saying that because I literally lived it on Saturday, and you yourself.
I will say this right now. The atmosphere Saturday, like even talking about it, I'm still getting goosebumps talking about it.
Yeah.
And I wasn't even in the ring.
I don't think you wanted to be in the ring. It was very hot. Very hot.
What gave that away? What gave
that? I don't know. Maybe you could see the sweat from like 30 minutes ago that when I wrestled.
But obviously, you know, we had Garrett on before Saturday's show, and we were pushing. Everything was getting pushed that you were supposed to face Taven. Obviously, news came out literally right after we did the interview that Taven was not able to be there due to AEW obligations. Which, okay, fine. Now, when that happened, did you sit there and you're like, oh, crap, I'm not going to have a moment now? Or like, what went through your mind as soon as you heard Taven wasn't going to be there?
When I heard Taven wasn't going to be there, I was pretty disappointed, and not necessarily in the situation, but the opportunity that was probably going to be a disservice to the fans. I know that's what they wanted, and I know that's what they were ready for. And I was damn sure ready for that match. And in short terms, I was pretty disappointed. And like I said, not at Taven. Hopefully down the line when he is able to, that we do end up getting that match, because that should have been a match of the year candidate.
So then you go into the ring Saturday night and you're cutting a promo, and lo and behold, look who comes out. The Immortal Championship Wrestling World Heavyweight Champion at the time, Ben Hamin.
Yeah.
And you're sitting there going, that's what I want to go after now.
Yeah, I mean, I've always been the one that says everything happens for a reason. And yeah, I was disappointed about not having a match with Taven. When I did say I was talking to ICW management, I was not talking about the heavyweight championship. Literally, Ben Hamin decided to come out and start something with me, and he couldn't finish it. So literally, he started attacking me, and lo and behold, one thing led to another. Chip Stetson and Sean Carr came out, saved the day for me, and Adam Stone. And lo and behold, Ben decided to challenge me in my hometown. And as you can see, didn't end well for him.
No. Now, obviously, like I said, not only did you have the guys there, but you also had, I said this before, you had the crowd in the palm of your hand. When you initially came out Saturday night to cut the promo, and you come out of the curtain area, and you hear that crowd chanting your name.
When they said "Welcome home, Garrett," that was I felt pretty emotional, but I was trying to be the tough guy that I try to be. The feeling was very mutual. Even though they said welcome home, Garrett, it was more along the lines of, this is a thank you, Cobleskill. And even though I wasn't able to say that because that crowd was literally so loud that I couldn't even talk for a good minute, I would say. You know how the rest of the story goes. Like it was definitely an emotional feeling when they started chanting for me, and it definitely hit. Like it was a pretty long stage, long entranceway, and it was kind of funny because I thought like the way that building was, because it was so long. Uh, I literally went out the first time, and even though they popped for me, I couldn't hear that far back. And even though it was loud, I went back into the backstage, came right out, and it was louder. I was like, why can't I hear them? So I go back one more time, and I finally come out one more time, and I finally hear them. But as I get closer, I'm starting to I'm like turning deaf because literally they're yelling so much. I'm sure you were deaf 3 times when I came out 3 times. But yeah, it was an amazing experience. I will say that.
I mean, obviously, you had every other match that night. It all led up to the moment Saturday, on Saturday night
Yeah,
when you're in the ring. It's you versus Ben. Obviously, Ben is, has Blaze in his corner, but it was tough for two guys to take on you and the entire city of Cobblestone.
Yeah,
I think that's the best way I can put it.
Yeah. I mean,
now go ahead.
Especially when Cobleskill is like, it is literally the definition of who I am. Hardworking people that do everything in their power to be the best there is in the town. And that's exactly pretty much where I came from. And I always aspired to be the best that I could be. And that's exactly what Cobleskill is. A bunch of farm guys, farm girls, what have you, hardworking people. And they definitely got their money's worth, and they definitely don't back down from anybody.
No, they made that loud and clear.
Yeah.
They made that.
I heard.
Well, because especially, and I've seen, I've seen Ben in action, I've seen Blaze in action hundreds of times, but it doesn't matter who they're against. The second they come out, you get the USA chance right away.
Oh yeah, of course. And it was definitely heard in that night too, because that's Cobleskill is a country bumpkin town, man. Like,
oh yeah.
So
that was my first time up there.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was a lot of people's first time too. So
yeah, and coming from down where I am, which feels like another country.
Yeah,
it was nice though, because like driving up there. First of all, the scenery up there.
Yes, actually, that's definitely incredible. one of the most topics I've heard when saying, "Hey, how was your ride?" Oh, the scenic route was great. Continue what you were saying.
No, I'm just saying the scenery was great. The only stupid thing I did was I forgot when you're going up there, you're going into the Catskills.
Oh yeah.
And
you're coming from Long Island, so yeah.
And I forgot at certain points you lose cell signal.
Yes. How long did you lose it for? I think it was. I usually lose it every once in a while when I go up that way. I lose it for like a good 15 minutes.
Yeah, that's what I stupidly enough did coming home, because as soon as I left, I put the nav on to get gas, and then I was coming home.
Yeah,
I was like, oh, let me see something here. So I hit stop because I was like, maybe it'll take me a different way. And I'm like, oh, you're an idiot. You shut off the nav, no cell service. You're up in the freaking Catskills. Thank God I was like, okay, let me just keep driving. Eventually I'll get cell signal back. But no, I will definitely say this much. For a first time up there, I mean, not up there, I've been up there before, but in the Cobleskill area, and I'm actually pronouncing it the right way.
There you go.
The next time there's a show up there, I definitely want to come back. Hopefully next time that there's a show up there, hopefully it'll be about 30 degrees cooler.
Probably because it's going to be in the fall.
Which will be a lot nicer.
Oh,
not saying it wasn't nice Saturday, but now let's get to...
I'll be the first one to say that it was friggin' hot. All right. I kind of figured that, and I was hoping we were going to have big fans, but that didn't happen. But when the sun went down, it did get a lot cooler out.
Oh yeah, especially when you were standing by the entranceway.
Yes.
By the entranceway, it was fine. Where I was standing, which was second row on the left side of the ramp.
Yeah.
I was saying, I think I lost like 10 pounds just of water weight.
Yeah, I mean, like when second half, or I'm sorry, when intermission happened, I went out and I was just in like a Dwayne Johnson tank top, and I was sweating. And then like halfway through intermission, it finally like the sun went down and somehow it just got cooler. And I was just like, God, thank God, because sweat was going in my eyes. I was trying to smile to people and stuff like that. And it just was not letting me do it. I had to kept taking my shirt and that. You all right, Garrett? Yeah, I'm taking a shower in my sweat, I guess.
Be like, I would just tell people, be like, yeah, I'm trying to lose weight a different way now.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure a lot of people lost weight that night, especially me.
Oh yeah. But now let's get to the moment. Saturday night, you're in the main event in your hometown. When you came out for that match, were you sitting there going, "This is my I made it moment," so to speak?
Before the match?
Before the match, like when you initially came out of the curtain and the ring announcer was saying, "This is your main event." Were you sitting there? I obviously know independent wrestlers, love to make it to WWE or AEW, but in that show, was especially being it was in your hometown, were you sitting there going, "Okay, yeah, I'm good now"?
So I'm going to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Before the match even happened, before I even came out of the entranceway, my good friend and fellow match of the year competitor Sean Carr, which we won this award with. Sean Carr pulled me aside, and Sean Carr has known me for pretty much my entire career. Probably, definitely a long time. He pulled me aside, and he literally said to me that out of anybody that has ever deserved anything in their career, you did it the right way. And when he told me that, it really sank in before I even came out of the entranceway that this could be what I deserved a long time ago. And it finally happened now. Go out there and beat Ben. So to answer your question, it happened before I even came out of the entranceway that this could be it. And when I finally, I'm sure you're going to ask this question, but when I finally won, there was a moment of relief that the 5-year chase that I had, it all came full circle just after the 3 count. And to even give you an insight,
Mm-hmm.
I never got a heavyweight title shot for 5 years. And when I did actually have an opportunity, it was when this thing was in the first ever Immortal Combat. And I was facing Kyle Brad, and Ataxia ended up screwing me over. And I never, ever got a title shot after that.
Oof. Wow.
In the tournament, I got to the second round and faced
Mm-hmm.
Kyle Brad. I was in the semifinals. And literally, they ruined it for me. And I never, ever – that night, I think that night, Slick Wagner Brown won. And he became the first ever heavyweight champion. So imagine having that and then literally waiting and waiting and waiting for all that time. And that's literally the moment that I thought of before I even went out to the ring. I was like, I'm not letting that opportunity slip away again.
Oh no, I completely agree, and I get where you're coming from. And with what Sean said, I would have to piggyback that because I've gotten to know you now over the last couple months,
Mm-hmm.
and we've had you on now. This is our third time having you on. I remember you mentioned in a previous conversation that you've been with Immortal since essentially day one.
Yes, I've only missed 2 shows.
So the fact that you've only missed 2 shows, you've been with them since day one, I think what happened Saturday could not have happened to a better person, in my opinion.
I appreciate that.
Because and the reason for that is it's not like you basically started when the company was at the bottom, and you stuck through with them through thick and thin.
Yeah.
And you are not the type of person that if you're told, okay, you're opening the show, you'd be like, okay, fine, not a problem. Am I wrong on saying that?
You're not wrong, because I was always taught, and I was always the type of person that I don't want to talk my way into getting something that is trying to figure out the best wording for it. I don't want to talk my way to the top. I want to earn my way from the top to the top.
And I completely agree. Now, in that main event, obviously, you did win, and you got a little bit of assistance from Kayla Sparks.
Yeah, I did. Unexpected. And who knew that there was a Dippin' Donut underneath the ring?
I didn't know.
That was the biggest donut I think I've ever seen. First and foremost. Yes, Kayla Sparks came out. Ben Hamin almost got me in the camel clutch, or actually, he did get me in the camel clutch. I started to fade, but then I started hearing the crowd go off, and I thought it was for me, but no, it wasn't. It was actually Kayla Sparks coming in, probably because she's tired of Ben's crap, and she finally nailed him with the Dippin' Donut.
The solid steel Dippin' Donut.
Literally. I got all over my gear too, and I didn't even realize it until halfway through. And I finally hit him with my my snapmare driver. Haven't come up with a name with that yet. And the rest is history.
I'm going to say this right now. When you won the belt and you had everybody in the ring, obviously your wife was in the ring with you, there was actually a big movie reference that I thought of when you had that moment. And I don't know if anybody else has told you this. I may be the first one. But I had Rocky 3 moment in my head.
Yes. So a lot of people, some people know and some people don't. Rocky has always been my favorite movie. I've always followed that movie, and it always has motivated me. That I always tell people that's my Christmas movie, because I don't know. Obviously, I watch that every December.
Yeah,
and it's just to give me motivation to move on to the next year and kill it. And literally, when I won the championship, I more than likely felt like Rocky, just like the first one, but definitely. I felt like it was the first one, because literally when, obviously he lost in that movie, but when I won, the first thing I thought about sharing it with was my wife. And when she came in, they surprised me, and when she wrapped the belt around me, that was probably the closest I've ever cried in the ring. You get emotional, and you get you almost get that tear jerker type of moment, and it just never comes out. But that was the moment that I will forever remember in my mind, because I got to celebrate it with my wife.
And it was to me, not only would I put it in a movie reference, I'll also put it in a wrestling reference.
Mm-hmm.
I got similar vibes with you and you and the belt and your wife in the ring to Macho Man and Miss Elizabeth when they reunited.
Yes.
That similar thing.
Yeah.
But
I agree.
Obviously, we talked a lot about Saturday. I want to look ahead now.
Okay.
To the big show. Not the big show, the wrestler. I'm talking the show August 12th.
Yep.
This is Immortal, happening at the Utica Nexus Civic Center.
Yes.
tickets are still on. Tickets are available. Definitely, you want to get it because, holy crap, what a lineup for this show!
Oh yeah, yeah. And I you guys haven't heard some of the matches yet, but I have. Obviously, you get perks of being the champion. Apparently,
Did you know that?
I guess so. I can't tell you because then Mike King would probably take this away from me and probably start another tournament. But you guys are in store for an amazing night. More, I don't know if you can get more amazing than last show, but you can definitely, I can definitely reassure you that August 12th is going to be the place to be. You guys are in for a good match. Not even just mine. There's going to be matches across the board that are really good.
Like I said, I can only imagine with how much Mike is putting in for the show. I can only imagine what's going through his mind. But obviously, you have a big match. It was announced already. Your first title defense is going to be against some guy. Maybe you've heard of him called Cheeseburger.
Yep. Yeah. Another ROH guy.
Yeah. I was going to say it is. Oh, wait, it is a Saturday. Ooh, okay. I just thought of that.
Yeah. When I again, watching Taven, obviously you can't miss Cheeseburger. Cheeseburger had a lot of moments in his career. He's went to Japan. He's went to many of places inside of ROH. I've wrestled one of his trainers, Bob Evans. So I'm expecting it's almost very similar. Of course, that was in 2016 when I was a young whippersnapper. But I'm looking forward to the moment. I'm training for that moment. I am not underestimating Cheeseburger at all. And he's probably going to pull out all the stops to become the new Immortal Heavyweight Championship. But I look at this now, and having experience with the ICW Northeast title, the first defense is always the most important. Yeah, you can win the title, but can you defend the title is the most important part. And that to me is my motivation to not fail. And I don't believe I'm going to.
No, I don't think you are either. Because I think realistically you've come so far in the 5 years that I think it's honestly, this is your, try the best way to put this. This is the moment you should have had with Taven, but obviously you didn't, but it also became a better moment winning the title.
Yeah.
But this is like that big moment for you. And I really think you're going to knock it out of the park.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. And I hope that when people watch it on the iPay-per-view, that they get their money's worth as well, because that's always what I look for. And hopefully that me and Cheeseburger put up a pretty good story, and we have one hell of a match, possibly a match of the year candidate. I would assume. Correct me if I'm wrong. Could be, maybe. I'm very excited. I'm actually very excited about the show as well. I think there's going to be a lot of opportunities for guys that don't get much. And it could be something really huge for them as well. So hopefully y'all can come to the Nexus Center, buy your tickets at the box office and or at the Nexus website, whatever that is, and come to Utica, New York to watch me face Cheeseburger, and among other matches that is going to be happening hopefully soon, because I'm already excited.
I once the show got announced, and obviously I found out who the ring announcer is going to be, I'm like, August 12th.
Who's that?
Ryan.
I know. I was setting you up, brother.
Yeah. It's our very own Ryan Peterson as the ring announcer.
Yay.
But once that was announced, even if Ryan couldn't make it up there, I was still going to make the trip up there.
Oh, of course.
But
you're a very loyal fan as of late, so appreciate it.
I'll say this right now, and I know there'll be certain people watching this. For Immortal Championship Wrestling, I will make the 4-5 hour ride for it.
Wow. Is that what it is? Oh, the Utica. Yeah, you did say it was 5 hours, didn't you?
No, for Rome was 5 hours.
Oh, for Rome. So it's probably about the
No,
same.
yeah, but honestly, it's worth it.
Oh, well, I'm sure my king would love to hear that, and I definitely love to hear that. So thank you for being a supporter.
Oh, absolutely. And I said this Saturday, when it comes to Immortal, it's you're getting your money's worth. And obviously, with the matches that were on site, in addition to your match, obviously you had the dog collar match. You had Kayla versus the girl from the Buffalo School. I just forgot her name now.
Mhm.
Off the top of my head.
Adriana Fury.
Fury, thank you. You had the Battle Royal. You had Blaze taking on Adam Stone. The storytelling in every one of the matches, it was almost like, okay, well, they're going to open. Okay, well, we're going to top it here, and then we're going to top that here. It was like, that's how I felt that entire night.
That's great. That is wonderful.
And then in regards to August 12th, since you've been basically a original of Immortal, how do you feel about the fact that this is going to be the first live streamed pay-per-view?
I would be lying to say if I wasn't nervous, but I would also be lying if I said I wasn't confident. I am confident in the product that we have, and the opportunity that has been presented to us is definitely a motivation. And hopefully, with what we have, we can keep going with this as well and be like one of the top products in New York today. We definitely do have the product to be the top in New York. Like I would even say as much as ESW, and I like ESW, so I'd like to reach that level as well.
And I think give it time, the right people behind the scenes, the fan base. I mean, I'll say this right now. I've been to Saturday was my third Immortal show I have been to. I thought about it on the way home.
Yeah.
The Immortal Championship Wrestling fan base, to me, is one of the most passionate fan bases I've seen in independent wrestling as a whole.
No doubt. No doubt. I mean, there's been people there since New Beginnings, the very first show, and it's kind of funny because I forget some things. Obviously, I get hit in the head a lot. They remember stuff that I did at New Beginnings that I totally forgot about, and it's an amazing thing to be remembered for the memories that you created, and it's an amazing thing to even remember what you created for them, and that to me is amazing.
And that's where you don't see that really in independent wrestling now. You don't see that loyal, because the problem is because of the fact that when it comes to independent wrestling, it's not like it's you're going to like the big areas,
right?
And also a lot of times, because it's not like this is WWE or AEW where they're every week. You have some companies that run once every couple of weeks, and it's like, okay, are you going to get the same crowd and have them wait a couple weeks? And I remember going back to the Rome show for a second. That had about 600 people, I think.
The last Rome show was about 600. Yes.
This one also, it's like the crowd was, like I said, it was passionate. They were energetic, and they made themselves vocal. I think that's how I can put it.
Yes.
And like I said it before and I'll say it again. Immortal Championship Wrestling also gets promoted on a little podcast. Oh yeah, the one that's right up there called Round Ropes Podcast.
Press the like button. Press the like button for Around the Ropes podcast. All right.
But obviously, Garrett, with us, we will always promote you guys. Damn well.
Of course.
Especially knowing that the ring announcer is also part of the show.
No perks or nothing. No favoritism.
But what else do you, obviously, like I said, we talked about the show August 12th, but what else do you have coming up that you like to promote?
Honestly, Immortal's all I have for the time being because I'm going on vacation during Excite Speedy Fest, but I will promote Excite Wrestling August 4th, 5th, and 6th, they are going to be at Speedfest in Binghamton. Probably going to be their biggest show of the year, obviously, because it's 3 days. They have Matt Cardona, Kurt Angle, and I'm forgetting one, but that's okay. Kurt Angle and Matt Cardona are enough.
That's good.
Yeah. Obviously, August 12th, we have Enzo, Teddy Long, Cheeseburger, and Dirty Dango.
And I think they just announced today Colin Delaney as well.
And Colin Delaney. And Sean Carr. And Becca. And me. And I don't know after that. I can't announce it yet.
But Garrett, but also before I let you go, where can people find you on social media if they'd like to follow you?
On Instagram, it is Garrett Holiday, and on Twitter, it is Holiday Garrett. It's usually all lower cases, but you'll be able to find me. It's pretty easy. And on Facebook, it's just regular Garrett Holiday.
Again, Garrett, I've said this to you before, and I'm going to say this again to you on air. I'm proud of you. It was a blast to be up there to see you win the title. And it's a blast to have gotten to know you over the last couple of months.
Well, I really do appreciate that, John, and I appreciate the followers that you have that also come on here. And as of a couple months, you've been a pretty good friend to me. Obviously, letting me on the show. This is the third time now, which I don't know if you had anybody on more times than me yet.
No, you've actually, in this new incarnation of the show, You've taken that title.
What's that?
You've taken that title as being on the most.
Oh, okay. Well, cool. Yeah. Well, I feel honored. But thank you for actually being one of the good fans in professional wrestling, and I appreciated you being there that night. You were one of the ones that gave me a handshake and said, "Congratulations, you deserve it," and it means a lot. It means a lot, and I know I say that all the time, but it really does truly mean a lot to me about a lot of my followers and a lot of my supporters, a lot of just people in general, because I do feel that people are genuine when they say that. So I say that I appreciate it very much because it means a lot to me.
Oh, hey, damn well. If you actually, next time I see you, I'm actually going to buy a shirt from you as well.
Oh, okay. Well, tell me what size you are after the show, and I'll make sure I'll get you one.
Okay, yeah, not a problem.
Because I know you're losing weight and you're really doing good. So
thank you.
I gotta make sure I get the size right.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
Hopefully, like a medium, a schmedium to show the gun show, right?
At some point down the road, yes, but not now. But again, like I said, I'm proud of you. Nothing but more success for you, my friend.
Thank you.
And damn well, you don't even have to ask. Damn well you got an open door with this show. Anytime you like to come on. And like I said, guys, give it up for your immortal world heavyweight champion, Garrett Holiday, with the shiny belt right there. Guys, if you were not up there and you want to watch a match, go to YouTube. It is up on YouTube. We will try to get the video up on our Facebook page as well, so you guys can see it as well. And you can watch the moment where he reached the top of the mountain of Immortal Championship Wrestling. But again, guys, for Garrett Holiday, I'm John. This has been Around the Ropes, YouTube exclusive. We'll catch you guys on the next one.